device should be this. Still, nope, that didn't fix it. All right, I'm going to scroll chat and actually say hello to people. Hello, Lord Portico. It is great to have you here. Hello, Shadows of Life. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I don't know why the internet hates me today, why my computer is unhappy today. I just, the ship is tired. So hopefully you can still hear me. You lost the music? Oh, freaking frack. I don't know. Did that fix it? I just went and switched back the setting that I had changed. I don't know. Do you still have no music? Okay, good. Why? I changed nothing having to do with the microphone or the music in any way whatsoever. And yet, why? Okay. It's giving me an error message when I press the button that's supposed to mute the microphone. And I'm going to look up and see what that means or what that says. To button, I sometimes will have to delete the software and reinstall it. No, that is not the solution that I want. What does the icon mean? Just tell me what it means. I don't know. It's definitely the Windows update. Everything else seemed to be working fine, so I didn't check this before stream, and it's, my guess is that the fix for it, because this has happened before, my guess is that I need to unplug the microphone and plug the microphone back in. I'm afraid that if I do that during stream, though, that I will suddenly have no microphone at all. And so I think we don't chance it, and I will take care of it after stream. I just need to remember that if I need to sneeze, I have to reach up. There's an easy toggle on the microphone. There's a spot on the end of the microphone where you literally just tap it. It's not even like a button press. You just tap it and it will mute the microphone. It's just I'm used to reaching for the Stream Deck and the button on the Stream Deck that will mute the microphone. But for today, that button doesn't function. So if I'm going to sneeze, I need to make sure that I'm going to tap the microphone mute button, which is not a reflex action. So I Yeah, it chose a really bad face to buffer on. I don't, like, and what the fuck? Like, seriously, what the fuck, stream? What? Why? Like, literally, for, like, the 2 hours before stream, I was playing Star Wars The Old Republic, which is an online MMORPG. I wasn't having any problems there. I grant you, the upload bit rate for that is definitely different than the uploads required for a stream, but still, this seems a little bit ridiculous. I may actually tilt the camera just a little bit. I was adjusting it. I would love to have the camera positioned so that you at least could get a hint of the shirt that I'm wearing. But I also want to make sure that I'm not cutting off hats when I put hats on. So this seems to be maybe the best I can do. I could try live adjustments to Stream Elements. It's not Stream Elements. This is I'm actually using just OBS, but just looking to see. Oh wow! The camera is actually much. I had more space. Hang on. I apologize. I'm really apparently distracted by stream assets today. Anyway, you've got my full field of view now, which means you can see the glass chess set and the pineapple shaker. If you're familiar with like musical instruments, like the percussion instruments that are the fruit shakers, or if you're not, I'll explain them. Basically, it is a plastic item designed to look like a piece of fruit that has stuff inside, and you shake it to make like a shushing sort of sound. Because so this is gonna be a really kind of sappy wedding story. Just warning there. When we got married, the first song that we danced to was the song "Married" from the musical Cabaret, from the musical Cabaret. And there is another song in the musical Cabaret that's not actually on any of the cast recordings, and it's the Pineapple Song. Actually, it might be on one of them. I don't remember. I don't think the Pineapple Song is on cast recordings, though. But regardless, the song that we first danced to at our wedding was from Cabaret. And then for some reason, because there's another song in that musical that is called the Pineapple Song, the actual title is It Couldn't Please Me More. Instead of like texting hearts to each other, we'll text a pineapple emoji. So the pineapple has sort of become like a symbol for our marriage in a way. And so one year I gave Philip a pineapple fruit shaker because he was off at law school and I was here, and I wanted to send him a pineapple, but he was living in a residence hall on campus, and like shipping a pineapple to campus around the holidays didn't seem like a great idea because there was a good chance that the pineapple would go bad before he ever got it. So I sent him a pineapple fruit shaker because it looked like a pineapple and it was nice and large, similar to a pineapple, but it wouldn't go bad. So anyway, that's why there's a pineapple shaker. I don't know if you care or wanted to know that, but there it is. So yeah, wow. And then, like, right before stream, while what in the actual frack? Wow, everything is just borked today. Just chaos. Is it doing it again already? Okay, damage to decks 12, 13, and 14. Indeed, it has not been this bad in a long time. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know why. Why? Why? Seriously, why? I mean, I do, but I don't. But also, Adventures of Tony, hi! I don't know if I ever actually got to say hi when you showed up. This is just ridiculously frustrating. And, you know, I have, of course, you know, this saying that a different internet service preventer is going to, at some point, be moving into the area. And I actually, I have gone... I've gone to that site and actually given them my email saying, please tell me when you know when I will be able to get service from someone other than who I'm currently getting service from, who identified that this problem is not in my apartment or in my subdivision and is somewhere else on the line and is caused by just... it's interference on the line, and they provide such a low number of megabits per second for upload speeds that any disruption on that line, any interference, seriously. Just... what am I even supposed to do at this point? Just burn it all down. That's all I can say is just burn it all down. I just... why? Why? Because I don't want to start the game if it's gonna drop out the stream every, like, 2 minutes. I'm actually going to move this thing. Oh my god, and we're getting raided in the midst of all of this. Thank you so much, RTE Studios. It is wonderful to have you joining us. We are having issues with my internet service preventer today. But hi. How are you all? Wow. Let's maybe magically having raiders show up will fix the problems with my internet service preventer. But yeah, hi RTE Studios. I hope that you had a wonderful stream. You were doing tabletop RPGs. How was your game? Hi Leia Sky. It's great to see you. My fingers are crossed that somehow magically the arrival of you will mean that my ISP doesn't disconnect us again. Because it has happened like 8 times already in the half hour since I clicked the go live button. But welcome in. I am Rogan27 if you're not familiar. And I stream a variety of things. On Saturday, it is Retro Roguery is sort of the name that I gave this way back when. And Retro Roguery is and has been since my very first stream the day that I play through the old Ultima on computer role-playing games. We are up to Ultima 6, which was the first in the series that is a point-and-click adventure game. And so that is the plan for today. If my internet signal sort of levels out enough so that it's possible to actually start the game. On Sundays, I am playing through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, currently in Mass Effect 3. On Mondays, I spin a wheel, that one there, that I have not updated yet. It has new things on it, but it tells us what the next game we're going to play is. Currently, we are playing Psychonauts on Monday. And then on Wednesdays, I share... I don't know. I'm apparently mispronouncing things too. Standard words. On Wednesdays, I stream live from my job, where I work as an archivist at Virginia Tech, and I share things from the archives. And I stream that out to both the library's Twitch channel as well as my own. So you would be welcome to join me for any of those. My schedule is below if you're at all interested. And yeah, if you are not familiar with RTE Studios, you should definitely give a follow over there, where they stream a variety of content related to tabletop role-playing games. Oh, Leia Sky, thank you so much for the Tier 1 subscription and your 2 months so far there, which means you have an orange feather in your cap now. Since I made the caps different colors based on how long people have been subscribers. And we're gonna have buffering. It's just a thing. I can't control it at this point. But if you're not familiar with the... Wow. Did I do something wrong? I was gonna like go over to your channel and like see how you just... Oh, it's got an underscore in it. That's why. I am full of distract at the moment. Yeah, I was gonna look at your schedule and see what's on your schedule. And let's see. So you have Heroes Core, tabletop role-playing game, and tomorrow I see you're doing Star Trek Adventures. So yeah, you should definitely check out. There's also, it looks like possibly coming up on Tuesday, you have some Phasmophobia going on. So you should definitely check out RTE Studios for some quality content there. And they are really good people. So, oh, thank you, Adventures of Tony. We will calm ourselves with a little bit of a stretch. Oh. So anyway, how has your week been, everybody? I haven't been live since Wednesday when I did the archive stream and we looked at a bunch of like aeronautical engineering type stuff. The next archive stream, what I have coming on Wednesday is geology. Collection, a geology related collection. Also, this is my cup today. It is Anna and Elsa, Frozen. This was my souvenir from Frozen on Ice when we saw it a number of years ago. Oh yeah, the academic year is starting soon. I don't know why, I just wanted a different cup for stream today, and so I pulled this one off the shelf. I can't go and see a live performance without getting a also, but I thank you. I have stretched, I have hydrated. I will endeavor to do better posture. I can't see a live show without getting a souvenir of some kind. So for a long time, we would buy whatever the tour magnet was for the musicals that we went and saw on tour. I have t-shirts, I have hoodies, I have an apron from Sweeney Todd for Mrs. Lovett's Meat Pies. I have just a variety of things, but they didn't really have a lot of like those kinds of souvenir-y items for Frozen on Ice, surprisingly. And they did have, I think it was a frozen beverage that came in this. And so this was my souvenir. Frozen on Ice, I haven't seen Frozen the musical, like the stage musical yet, but Frozen on Ice was very much aimed at a very young audience. Like, they were aiming for elementary kids with Frozen on Ice, but it was still a great show. On this Saturday coming up, you'll be running a D&D game, Realms of Awakened Essence. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Is that also going to be on RTE, Leia Sky? Moving stuff. Wait. Tony, are you moving? Is this the big move or is this a different move? Also, I'm thrilled for you to get away from your neighbors. You got back from Gen Con? Yep. Okay. My bit rates are still bouncing wildly, but I think that we may have enough stability for me to try and actually like move it to the screen of the game. It's the big move. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Tony. I don't know what that's going to do to time zones, but super, super excited. Let's see. That is going to put you... $14 hours ahead of me. So my Saturday streams will be Sunday for you. And really early in the morning. Because right now it is 6 in the morning there, where it's 4 in the afternoon here. So I imagine that means you likely won't be joining for the archives streams for sure. But it might make like Monday night will be at a decent hour for you. I thought Google just had a time zone converter. But apparently not. Oh gosh, no, I don't want this website. Because yeah, it'd be like 9 a.m. Sunday, or 9 a.m. Tuesday when I go live for my Monday night stream. And then for Stream Punks, it'll be 11:30 on Tuesday when the Stream Punks stream for you. So I don't know how that'll mesh with your work, but attempt to become a morning person so you can still catch streams. Or an all-night owl. Oh gosh. Well, I thought if I just like, because they do, like, you can bring up a calculator in Google and just type in things and do a calculator. But like, there used to be, I thought they had something similar for time zones where you could just, like a little user interface that would pop up on Google to let you do, because that honestly is cleaner and less intrusive than visiting the time zone converter websites that are filled with ads and all this other stuff. You love to listen to streams while you work. You can work and look. Yeah. Okay. I am going to try and switch us to the game screen, and fingers crossed we'll actually be able to do a little bit of the game today. It's just been wild. Like, if I look at Twitch Inspector and I look at the bitrate for my stream, it is peaks and valleys with lots of drop-offs. If you know the time zones, it does. Okay. The actual name of the time zone over there is, it is Chamorro times, or Chamorro time, which was one I had not actually heard of before. So, okay. Oh, I don't need to move my windows. This is the stream where I don't move my windows. Yeah. Okay. This is... honestly, this has not happened in a while. We've been fairly stable for a while. I just... Oh, that's the indigenous language and people. Oh, Tony, that's awesome. I did not know that. That was a name that I was unfamiliar with. Okay. I brought up a Google search that I will wait until after stream, but I just feel like I need to make this more fun so that it's not just a static image. I'm very grateful for Hannah for creating this lovely image that we use whenever my internet service preventer decides to prevent the stream from being stable. I'm thinking that I may remove the white background and figure out a way to animate it so it just bounces around the screen, because that seems more fun than having the static image. But I haven't figured out. So we have new. They changed. I don't know if you've seen. They changed the entire tag system on Twitch. So the tags that are on the stream, currently I have gay, ADHD, first playthrough, no spoilers, backseating, okay, retro, Hithe, retro RPG, and point and click. But they're all custom tags now. There's not like a tag menu you pick from anymore, and you can have up to 10 tags that you add. I have not figured out a tag to put on my stream relating to the internet service preventer. I did add them to the title of the stream today because apparently that's going to be a thing today. All right, I'm going to try one more time. Hey, look, it's a game scene. Wow, just seriously, for serious, why? I'm watching my bitrate and it's just wacky. Yeah, so they have a moderation system for it now. And some of it is automated moderation, but I think a lot of it is going to be, it's interesting because you can just put them in So I don't know if they've already approved some or what. I thought it was going to be a blend of the menu plus custom ones. Like, it'll really help for my Wednesdays when I'm doing archives, because I can actually have a tag that says archives. So I'm excited about that. All right, so let's figure out where the heck we were in this game and hope that the stream lets us play. We were at a point where we are investigating Quentin's murder. We know Quentin's ghost is somewhere. We're trying to unlock the Shrine of Spirituality. And we chose that one as our second one to do because apparently, according to the walkthrough information online, that one will raise multiple stats when we meditate there and for a level up rather than a single stat. So that is why that's the one we're targeting. Also, I am playing it and taking notes as we go, but I'm also, I do have a walkthrough that will tell me where to go if I get lost. But also, backseating's totally okay. For this, you can tell me what to do. Just don't spoil things for other viewers. Anyway, so here we are. We are in Scarabrai. Why am I not moving? Oh, I was like, what's going on? Why am I not moving? I want to look at the map of town real quick. Which we have in the clue book that came with the game. There's a ghost? Yes, the game is haunted, as is the moon. The moon is very, very haunted. In case you didn't know this, the moon is haunted. So I could zoom in a little bit here. I could actually, like, I don't do it very often, but I want to look at town. And I don't do it often because I often forget to switch back when I do it, but I also have this scene where you should all be able to see a close-up of the manual. Hey, look at that. Oh, and yeah. We have another raid coming in, so let me, Hello, Librarian Liz. Hello, Library Menaces. I don't honestly remember if that's what you're officially called or not, but welcome. Hello, everybody. It is great to see you all. I hope that you had a good time listening to the next portion of the Salman Rushdie story that Liz was reading. Welcome to my channel. I'm Rogan27 if you're new here. I do a variety of things. This is Saturday, which is Retro Roguery. I'm playing through the Ultima series of games. We're currently up to Ultima 6, which is the first point-and-click adventure in that series. Sundays, I do Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It's my first time playing. We're up to Mass Effect 3. Mondays, I do a variety of games. When we're getting near the end of a game, I have this thing that people can add games to, and I spin it and it tells me which one we're going to do next. And then on Wednesdays, I have an archives stream where I share things from the archives at Virginia Tech, which is where I work, which is why I have access to do that. So yeah, hi everybody. And if you were here and you were not already following Librarian Liz, why not? Librarian Liz is awesome. You should definitely give a follow. I don't know what Liz's current consistent schedule is, but pretty much always streams on Saturday at roughly like 2 p.m. Eastern. You can follow her on Twitter and find out when she's going live. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Yeah, totally understand, Liz. Have a good day. Thanks for bringing everybody over. Yes, Shadows of Life. The moon is very haunted. Hi, Iron Trout. It's good to see you. Yeah, I enjoyed the archive stream, and we will definitely be revisiting that collection because it was really interesting. But this coming week, we're doing some geology-related stuff. So, and then in 2 weeks, I have I have a plan. I haven't pulled materials for it yet, so I don't know how well it's going to work out. But basically, it is unimportant letters from important figures. Because we have we have a number of letters written by famous people, but they're like the totally mundane letters. So I'm going to pull a bunch of those together and we're going to look at them. Just like completely everyday, normal, unimportant letters from famous people. So yeah, that's the plan. I will note we have had some stream stability issues today. Oh, geez. I thought I had turned on the music. Did I not? I did. It just didn't do it there. Anyway, we have had some stream stability issues today. So if this pops up, if that graphic comes along, it'll be, you'll have a note in chat announcing a black alert, and, you know, the stream will come back online. It's just that I have a really bad internet service preventer at the moment, and it is my only option, and today they're particularly unstable, and I don't know why. Oh my gosh. Be Right UK, thank you so much for buying me a chai. That brings us to 80% of the coffee goal that will eventually replace the desk that I'm at with one that will be more ergonomic for me and hopefully enable me to make some modifications to ultimately improve the entire stream setup. We've been saving for that for a while. I mean, Elixir, it's just been chaos, but viewers have been behaving. It's my internet service preventer that hasn't. Such as right now, I'm showing 0 bits per second. Yeah, thank you to Hannah for creating the Chantel graphic that I am going to figure out how to modify. I'm going to take out the background and I'm going to figure out how to make it bounce around screen, just because I think that's going to be more fun. But anyway, I'm going to pop us back to Ultima 6. We are currently in Scarborough, and the hope today was that we would unlock the Shrine of Spirituality. It is our second shrine that we're going for. I don't know if we'll get there because we've had so many stream stability issues, but wait, just like you, I lost, I don't know what, anyway. Tony, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but yes, just like you, sure. I don't know. There's so much delay because of all the like, woo, between what I'm saying and when you see it. But yeah, you can see the second part of my stream title today is Rage Against Internet Service Provider. So here, anyway, I'm going back to the game screen. We were on the manual screen, if I remember correctly. And yeah, oh, are we already? Oh my gosh, we're already up to another stretch, posture, and hydrate. Wow, you break things. That's what you were saying? I see. All right, so we were looking at the map of Scarborough. I will stretch because I'm not exactly certain exactly where I want to go. I do have a walkthrough that tells me sort of the next step of who I need to find in order to solve or investigate this murder and find the runestone that we need to unlock the shrine. I will indeed hydrate with my Anna and Elsa frozen mug and endeavor to sit better. But yeah, oh dear. I keep doing that on this application, and I like this application, but also quit switching to an arrow. I want the hand. I selected the hand. Anyway, I've had so many tech issues the past few days. I'm not even kidding. So Scarborough, this is the town we're in. Town Hall, we just, at the end of last week, talked to the town governor, mayor, I'm not sure what his official title was. And he was there. There's the winemaker. I don't believe we've been there yet. Although we may have. I just don't think we have. The Haunting Inn, we've been to the inn and spoken to the people there. Dezana the Healer, I believe we popped in there, but we were looking for the inn, so we may need to go back there and talk to people. There's Horrence the Alchemist, as well as a couple of unmarked buildings, and then this building over here off to the side. I think you all can see the arrow. I don't know. And I've done it again. I've done it again. But just as a reminder, Scarabrai. This was a sleepy little fishing town, but it hasn't been quite the same since poor old Quentin was murdered. I think that that fellow Michael did it. He lives a fair ways outside of town, so I'm wondering if that's the building way off. Might be worth investigating. And mostly keeps to himself. Anyhow, nobody's been able to prove anything, and things have settled down into a routine again. Just changed a bit without Quentin around. I think by now it's best to leave things the way they are and not go stirring up old wounds. Well, you know, we've already stirred them. The most annoying thing about Scarabrai is that book you find all over the place. B-Ray UK, thank you for the 250 bits. Drive streamer Loopy. Yeah, apparently. All part of the intermittent sucky performance. Yeah. So I have only one possible ISP at the moment. I have had official confirmation that another ISP is coming to the area. I had known they were moving into town, but I've had 2 mailers to let me know that, like, in my mailbox, so that I take that to mean that they will actually be providing service to my location at some point in the future. And my understanding is they're laying their own infrastructure. So when they provide service, I will probably switch to them because it'll be new infrastructure. And the problem that I experience is an infrastructure problem. It's feedback on the line that is occurring beyond my neighborhood. And they've not ever fixed it. And it could be solved by boosting my upload bitrate or by changing hardware where the problem is. Well, they've not changed the hardware, and they don't offer a higher bitrate upload speed. And so when there's interference, it severely disrupts. So, yeah. Anyway, hi, I am Puddleglum. So likely when the new ISP actually begins providing service to my location, I will switch. Just because it'll be newer hardware and should hopefully provide a better experience. Let's see. The most annoying thing about Scarabrai is that book you find all over the place. Maybe it is the city of spirituality, but I don't want to be reading about the mantra every time I stay over there for a good, honest night's rest. I think Gideon's behind leaving those books all over town. If you ask me, Stevius has done a lot more for the place. He's the one who put the spirit in spirituality. He let me tour his wine cellar once, surely the best stocked in all Britannia. It was a meaningful experience, I can tell you. And then a note. Horrence the Alchemist lives on an island just north of Scarabrai. He specializes in selling attack spells. I do know from some multiple notes, attack magic in this game is not nearly as good as it was in previous ones. But I think we've got some people here that we should be visiting. We need to talk to Michael. We need to talk to the ghost of Quentin, which we know is around somewhere. We need to talk to Gideon and Stevius, and I don't think we've actually spoken to any of them. So let me switch back. So as you can see on our spreadsheet here, we've got a few notes. Actually, our only remaining note that we didn't already address from this town is investigate Quentin's murder, talk to Quentin's ghost, and ask about the rune of spirituality. We've already spoken to Trenton Bell, the mayor. We've spoken to Gideon. And that's it. Those are the only two people we've spoken to in town so far. So, yeah. Wonder about your alchemist character? So let me look. This is the healer. Let's see if we can talk to the healer. If the healer's here. I don't know what time of day it is right now. I believe the healer is asleep. It must be like early morning or something, because people are asleep. This was Trenton. That's the mayor. We've already spoken with him. I'm just gonna wander around and see if anybody else is awake. Aw, I love the little pixel art that we get now. Everybody's asleep. It must be too early in the day. Oh wait, there's a clock in there. It can tell me what time it is. Did you know clocks tell you what time it is? 7:07 a.m. I completely understand nobody being awake yet. You haven't done much work with your alchemist character? Alchemist character in what kind of game? Don't go away, Ghost! I wanted to speak to you. I didn't know I could talk to it that far away. Just bang on doors. Wake up! Open your shop! I have gold? I think I have gold. Pretty sure I have gold. It's a ghost. Look at the ghost. Also, for some reason, this Windows port of Ultima 6, it's running in DOSBox, but for some reason, this version of the game, and I don't know if this is true of all versions of the game, but this version of the game has no, it turns off the music when you enter a conversation with someone, even though there's no like voice acting or anything like that. And so it's just utter silence when you're talking to somebody, and it's weird. And I haven't been able to find a mod that will turn that on that I trust. It's a story character you don't play very much. That's what Big Clock wants you to think. Only they can give you the time. All right. This is a vaporous form hovering before you. We've been able to speak with ghosts before in previous games. So trying to talk to, we've spoken to freaking flames. So talking to unusual things in this game, not really that surprising. The form is that of a man. His mouth moves, yet no words can be heard. You hear no answer save the rustle of leaves on the ground around you. I wonder how I'm supposed to talk to the ghost. Maybe I'm not supposed to talk to the ghost. I just assumed you could talk to the ghost. I know this is Quentin. Yes, Sherry is amazing. I'm so happy. We leveled Sherry up last week. Bye, ghost. Well, at present, I don't know how to talk to the ghost. But yeah, we have Sherry in our party. Sherry is this wonderful, wonderful talking mouse. And Sherry is presently level 2 with 138 experience points, max health of 60, currently at 55. Doesn't have a lot of strength at the moment. Can't carry much. Currently wearing a leather helm and wielding a lightning wand because Sherry is amazing. Hence Sherry having an emote on my channel. Hello, Vineyard. Is the vintner awake yet? I don't see the proprietor. Unless he's downstairs. Oh my gosh, B-Ray, you gained 250 more bits. Thank you so much. In Sam's stream, we find this an effective way to communicate with the stream ghost. Different type of ghost, but yeah. Thank you. I'm downstairs. I need a torch. Torch? One of these is torches. Torch! Use torch. Oh, that's right. Does somebody else have a free hand? Nobody's got free hands except Sherry, and Sherry isn't going to be able to hold it. Which means in order to use the torch, I have to put away one of my weapons. We'll put away the spellbook for now. Oh, geez. Torch is lit. Oh, I'm sorry, Shadows of Life. I wish there was some way that I could get rid of them. Sadly, that is not something I have the ability to do. Why are things busting up? The door is locked. Try my keys, see if they work. Yeah, I'm not gonna break in. But you see that, right? You see, like, there's like earthquakes happening. What's all this? What's all this then? Outdoor adventures? What were you doing today, Elixir? Did you go tubing? You don't have to say if you don't want to say. That's my assumption of outdoor adventures was that you went tubing, but because I know it's been a while, but I honestly don't know. It's like earthquakes going on and I don't know why. You did go tubing. How was it? I know there's been like stormy weather and stuff, and the river's probably pretty full, or pretty high. Full. The river's full. I mean, we do want the river to be full, to be fair. I don't think I can do anything down here right now. Except I have lockpicks. I forgot I had lockpicks. We're gonna save the game and use lockpicks. Use lockpicks on steel door. Come on, do it. Why is there no effect? Not too hot, not too humid. The water could have been higher. Really? That surprises me because we've had so much rain lately that I just assumed that it would have been running high. I don't know why there's like earthquakes going on. They're not hurting me. Wasn't the worst, so it's a win. Nice. Some wine in there. I'm not stealing. I'm just unlocking doors. Because everybody was asleep and I felt like exploring. But clearly it's the steel door I want to get through, and the lockpicks aren't working on that. Oh, I have to open the door after unlocking it. Yeah, I've not actually been tubing on this river, but that's more... I've had opportunities. It's more that tubing is not an activity that I would generally find enjoyable for myself. Like, I understand why other people do, but it's just not something that really appeals for me. And that's because people are different, and it's great to have differences. So, now I'm being all philosophical about the greatness of having differences in the human race. Yeah, not for everyone. The closest I've been to tubing on a river was the water rides at theme parks, where you get in a giant like inflatable round thing and go down. I believe I have done that type of ride at King's Dominion. Right, let us talk to the proprietor here. Hey, look, it's that merchant that we saw sleeping next door. You see a tiny little man with wild eyes. Tiny little man with wild eyes. I sort of have an idea what wild eyes is. I don't believe that they have depicted wild eyes in this illustration. Incidentally, the let's get spiritual. Sorry, tubing down the river is clearly a reference to Rolling on the River, which I'm not going to sing because while I can hear it in my head, the notes will not come out right if I try to sing that at the moment. And I can already feel that, so I'm just not going to do it. But the Let's Get Spiritual was very much an Olivia Newton-John. Let's get spiritual, spiritual. I wanna get spiritual. Let me feel your spirit talk. I don't remember. Anyway, that was where my brain was and why that ended up being the stream title. But yeah. I can hear Rolling on the River. And I can even sub in tubing on the river. And I can feel that if I try to sing it, it's going to be wrong. So I can't do it right now. It's just not going to happen. You know, like hiking, you love rivers and lakes, happily tube, kayak, canoe, or swim don't make you climb mountains. Hiking up a mountain is something I'm okay doing. I have done. I'm not opposed to doing. It needs to be planned well in advance. I'm not somebody who can be like, okay, let's go hiking. I need to have had it on the calendar for a couple weeks and then I'll go. So that's a thing that I could do. Biking, I did a lot when I was in the Netherlands, and if I was in a region that was as flat as the Netherlands, I would probably do more biking. Not so fond of it around here. I've done skiing. I did not enjoy skiing. Ice skating, though, or roller skating at a rink, totally on board for that. Tubing, not so much. I used to do like lake swimming. I tried doing swim aerobics when I first moved here in the deep water aerobics class. And the first session the lifeguard had to jump in. So after that, I used floaties and enjoyed it. But for some reason, the first time I missed a class because of a conference, I ended up not going back. And so, yeah. The lazy river, yeah, that thing. Hi, Obi-Wan. It is good to see you. How are you doing? It's been a while. Yeah, skating, I wish there was a roller rink. Honestly, I wish there was a roller rink around here. I would so be on board for going roller skating. I would buy my own freaking roller skates to be able to go roller skating at a rink. I don't want to go roller skating outside on the hills and whatnot, but I will skate around a rink. And I don't know if there's an ice rink. I think the closest one's probably in Roanoke. And I don't have as much experience with ice skating as roller skating. Yeah, okay, yeah. He looks down at you and down, and then or he looks up at you and down and then claps his hands together. Yeah, okay, yeah. What can I do for you? or sorry, no, he said, "What can I do you for?" Lurking a lot. Oh, Obi-Wan, I am so sorry. Yeah, lots of people have been getting it. Which... Yeah. Just, sorry. You know the clip from Clue, the flames on the side of my face? That's how I feel about changes in policy that move us more towards treating it as endemic when it is not actually endemic. In fact, I think we had a communication from my employer recently that basically it didn't use the word endemic, but it was like, we're just rolling it into how we deal with every other illness. And but it's not endemic. There is a definition for endemic that is clearly not met at the present time. And so it's very frustrating to me. And I've continued to basically isolate. I wear a mask every time I'm outside my apartment still. I don't see people in person. I don't go to gatherings. I don't do any of that. I technically am in the high-risk categories, but not as... I don't feel like... I still have fruit flies. Sorry. Don't feel that I'm as high of risk as other people, but also that doesn't matter. If everybody was continuing to take precautions, we'd have a better chance of it moving to an endemic stage faster. But right now it's just everywhere all the time. So anyway, yes, roller skating. Yeah, I mean, my husband and his parents got it, and he got it from attending a professional conference, and then returned from the professional conference and went to their place to go and see a theater show that I had said I wasn't comfortable seeing because the venue was only recommending masks and not requiring them. So I had backed out. And so when he came down, or when he tested positive, he was there and they had already been exposed. So he stayed there while he isolated for the CDC required amount of time. Then he came back here and we continued isolating here until he had passed the full 15 days post symptoms. To ensure that he was no longer infectious. And I managed not to catch it, but yeah. Portico, I'm jealous. Yeah, that is very much an outlier. I am Puddleglum. They have been a problem. Fruit flies have been a problem in this apartment. We didn't have problems in the apartment we came from. But every summer, they come back. Last summer, I did a drain treatment that got rid of them because we had fruit flies and drain flies last year. It was the first time we'd seen drain flies. And I did a drain treatment and they went away. And they came back really late this year, but they're here. And there's not many of them. And I have the treatment that I need to do again. And I just haven't gotten around to it. And it's a thing. I don't know. I'm distracted, apparently. What was that? Professional conference in Toronto in November. Yeah. I haven't actually looked at the masking policy. I have a professional conference coming up in Boston in a couple of weeks, and I registered to attend virtually. They're doing it hybrid. And so I haven't actually looked at their masking policy because I'm attending virtually. Drain flies are about the size of fruit flies. Their bodies are slightly bigger, and they have their wings are more like moth-shaped. They have very prominent wings, where fruit flies are tiny and you can't even really see their wings. Drain flies are also really small, slightly bigger than a fruit fly, and they have like moth-like wings, but also proportional to their body. And they just they breed in the conditions that are found in drains. And so fruit flies and drain flies, they like the drains. And so I've tried, there's a baking soda and vinegar treatment you can try and do for drains. That didn't work. I had to actually get actual like chemical fruit fly drain cleaner. And basically after you're done using the drains for the day, like, cause you basically want to leave it overnight. So, no using the sinks, no using the bathtubs, no using any floor drains or anything like that. You pour this in until it backs up enough that it overflows. And you let it sit all night, and then you rinse it away. And they were pretty much gone after that. It's the only thing I've seen that worked. Thankfully, I mean, I'd much rather have these insect issues, than the insect issues that many people in this country deal with, which are cockroaches. I have never had a problem with cockroaches in any of the apartments I have lived in. Knock on wood. I would not even know how to deal with them. I've seen one in person in my entire life, and it was in the bathroom at the library where I work. Otherwise, I have never even seen a cockroach. We didn't have them even in Hawaii. I don't know if there are cockroaches in Hawaii. In Hawaii, we had geckos, and they would sometimes lose their tail, and we'd find gecko tails sitting, and they would crawl through like little holes in the wall. Anyway, apparently I have really gotten distracted. 8-hour treatment thing. It specialized micro eats stuff in drains. Yeah, I don't know how people actually live in places where cockroaches are a regular thing. Around here, one of the bigger problems, like we didn't have fruit flies or drain flies at my last apartment. What we did have though was lots of cellar spiders. I was on a first floor, and we're near a national forest. There are a lot of spiders in the area. And cellar spiders are completely harmless, but I am terrified of spiders, and I lived there for 3 years by myself and had to deal with every spider myself. And every time, I'm actually grateful that I basically don't remember dreams anymore, because it used to be if I saw a spider, I would have nightmares about spiders. And it's to the point where I know they make like spider repellent sprays that you can put around places, and I can't purchase them because they have a picture of a spider on the can. Oh, yeah, Tony, burn it down. So that's the level of like my issues with spiders. It gotten better over the years, but I still can't. It's not so much that I couldn't buy the can. It's that I could never touch the can on the portion of the can where there is an image of a spider. So I wouldn't be able to use it. In order to get spider repellent, I would need somebody else to buy it and remove the label and then give it to me. I have never heard of camel crickets. I wonder if those are similar to they have those weird crickets in the Animal Crossing game. But yeah, I've never had those. I should maybe respond to this merchant, shouldn't I? And actually like progress the game. But I didn't know we were going to be talking about insects, and I did mention in chat on Sam's stream earlier. We were talking about entomologists and their ability to name things with cool names. There's an entomologist where I work at Virginia Tech who has discovered 2 new species of millipede. I don't remember what he named the first one, but the second one he named after Taylor Swift. Which, sure, it made national headlines for that. I'm going to ask their name. This is Stivius, which is apparently also a keyword. Stivius, the wine merchant, is mine. He says things very strangely. Job. I make wine. At least that was a straightforward sentence. Make wine. All right, Stivius. I'm trying to think what all I need to ask him about. But we'll start with these keywords. Quite a name, eh? I mean, it doesn't seem particularly strange, at least to me. Does that seem like a really strange name to you? I have to pop on the fan. I'm starting to feel a little warm. I stream in here with the door closed, and like the ventilation system doesn't fully reach this room. So, yeah, maybe you want to buy some? Buy some. All right. Yeah, I don't think we actually want to. Actually, you know, I think Iolo would want to, but I don't think Iolo actually has any money. But, Scara Dry. Sorry. They did the thing. They did the thing. The town's name is Scara Dry, and they sell a Scara Dry. It's wondrous. I love this game sometimes. I love this whole series of games sometimes. All right, I need to ask him about questions about like the murder, right? The murder. So we need to ask about Quentin. Actually, we need to ask about the mantra and the stones. Or mantra and rune. I could probably do just rune and Quentin or murder. These are my guesses as keywords. Oh, yeah, we do have Sherry. Sherry could maybe buy Sherry, except that Sherry doesn't currently have any money. But, and I think Sherry would prefer cheese. But, let me see. I have money. They don't currently sell any sherry. They have white wine, red wine, dry wine, sweet wine, Scara Red, and Scara Dry. It's really good wine. Mantra. Yes, but they were hunched down, so it was hard to see them? What? I'm sure that response was meant to trigger off of something else, but I don't know what. We may discover it as we continue. You had a gross one. You had to suck into your... Oh no. Gosh. They are beginning to come indoors. Ask someone else about that. So nothing about the rune from Stivius here. Let's ask about Quentin. He was a nice enough soul. I sold many bottles to him. Nice. Sold lots of wine to him. Murder. The murder keyword got us something. It was late one night, and I had just returned from my fields. This is gonna be like a whole story, isn't it? I'm not gonna jot down the entire thing. I'm just gonna get like relevant details jotted down. Of course, my path takes me right by Gideon's garden. So we're supposed to ask about Gideon. Noise. Dark. Tells tale. I heard a noise by the well and saw some dark forms hunched there. They had huge wings and evil red eyes. I ran like the wind to my doorway. I was sure I was dead. So he saw the gargoyles. Did he hear them, I'm wondering? Gideon runs the haunting inn. His wife has a garden which you can see from my front door. Runs inn. Wife has garden. Just so I have some sense of what he said in response. Nice. 'Twas a strange whispering in a tongue I could not understand. Okay, so whispering in a strange language. Dark. I couldn't see too clearly. They were about man-sized, though, and that's why Mantra gave us interesting. Sized is supposed to be the keyword, but it looks like man also works. I'm gonna check and see. Sized. Nope. Helps if I type in the right program. Sized. Yep. Man. Yep. That's why Mantra gave us that response, because MAN was set to key to that response. That was interesting, though. I forget what he said about dark. Couldn't see clearly. They were about man-sized, though. I didn't mean you all had to stop talking. I just wanted to make sure I actually progressed the game a little. We can still talk about strange bugs coming into our domiciles if you wish, or other things. His eyes widen. Gargoyles, they were. Has anybody been attacked by a gargoyle in their home? I was. Metaphorically speaking. I watched, I finished watching Sandman last night. And there's a gargoyle in it, and I was attacked by it because it did not look like what I thought gargoyles were supposed to look like. Then I did some reading and investigation, and it totally made sense as a gargoyle. It was just not the kind I had ever encountered previously. In your home? No. Outside your home? Also, no. Sorry. I have a bit of a drinking problem. And that was a reference to a movie. I don't actually. I just spilled water on myself while I was taking a drink. Which made me make a line reference to the airplane movies. And indeed, you got the reference, but if someone does indeed have that sort of problem, please get help. It is not something to joke about. I nostalgically love those movies, but it is very much not a thing to joke about. The inn straight across the lane. Some of these keywords I don't really need the info. She doesn't do much, helps him run the place. Well, then she does plenty. If she helps run the inn, she does plenty. You're very judgmental to say she doesn't do much when she helps run the freaking inn. Whispering. It didn't sound like any language I ever heard. More like one of them guild languages. I don't know what those are. We will inquire further. Gargoyle. Yes. Big, ugly, snarling beasts. Of course they were kneeling when I saw them. It really sounds like somebody was impersonating gargoyles. Guild languages? Oh, sorry. Yes, in the context of this game, that would be essentially Thieves' Cant. So the guild is the Thieves' Guild. It is the only guild in the context of these games. And when you go to a guild shop, it is a Thieves' Guild shop where you go to purchase things for thieving. Well, perhaps more like 2 or 3. There weren't really 12. Got it. I didn't stay around and count them. Like the one the alchemist speaks. Jacques alchemist. I actually don't know the French word for alchemist. It's probably... now I have to find out. Alchemiste. And that was not a French accent, but, you know, whatever. But apparently, like, there's Thieves' Cant. Chacus, oui. Apparently there's Thieves' Cant and the alchemist speaks a special language as well. I like having it set to have the keywords on. You can turn that off because apparently people didn't like having the keywords automatically identified for them. I don't know. I don't mind it. The game's long enough as it is. Go ask Horrence. He can tell ya. Who is Horrence? Just need to sound more like the Merovingian. It's like wiping your ass with silk. And we are this stream is marked as adult, so I can say that word. He lives over on Ivor's Rounding by himself. Over on Ivor's Rounding. That's a new location. Spelling. Even when I'm copying things. Typing is hard, especially when people are watching you, which somehow that effect translates to stream. You must be new to this village. Go see Marnie. She'll get you there. So I don't even need to use the raft that I stole or the skiff that I stole. Somebody will just take me to Ivor's village or Ivor's Landing. Who's Marnie? She's the daughter of Quentin, the ghost. Daughter of the ghost. That is what my note is going to be. And we'll ask. We did already ask about Quentin, though, I think. We did. So that's the end. We've hit all of the... I'll move this one down to where it goes in the order. But we've hit all of the keywords that we know of for Stevius, or Stivius. Let me update our spreadsheet. Great. So a couple of minor quest things we can do here. Man-sized gargoyles across the street. Help. Guild languages. Go ask Horrence about the guild languages. Ask Horrence about guild languages. And we get this from Stivius. And we can make that happen by asking Marnie about Ivor's Landing. Right. Okay. Tell him Lodge Marge sent ya. I know that phrase, and I'm blanking entirely on what it's from. I should know. But my mind drew an immediate blank when I tried to remember where it's from. Your alchemist doesn't deal with that kind of thing? Well. Let's say goodbye and get some more music back. Come back if you get thirsty. All right. It is wild. You all just don't know. So you see it when the bitrate drops down and like hits 0 and sits there for a bit. That's when it causes disruption. But I can see my bitrate, and it is just bouncing all over the place today. Oh, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, that's right. I want the cheese. Oh, it's a cake, though, so that's fine. I don't want that. If it was cheese. All right, so this is the innkeeper's wife's garden, apparently. And we haven't spoken with her, have we? I don't think we have. We spoke to the innkeep. Where is your wife who does the gardening? I keep wanting to hit O to open doors because in previous games, that was it. Look. The Book of Spirituality. In your travels through life, remember always that spirituality embodies the sum of all virtues. Chant the mantra Om as you meditate on spirituality, and all will become clear to you. We already knew the mantra because we've known them since Ultima 4, but if you started with Ultima 6, that would have been how you learned the mantra for the Shrine of Spirituality. It doesn't deal with poison. It's a good way to lose customers. I mean, honestly, that makes sense. Hello there, innkeeper's wife, whose name I have forgotten. Let us have a conversation. And see, you can hear there's background noise now because there's a fire in this room. I just wish they would keep the music. You see a rather plump woman with darting eyes. Shifty, nervous. Plump woman, darting eyes. Hello. How are you this morning? What is it you need? Well, first you could tell me your name. Marta. And your job here, Marta. Oh dear, my husband runs the inn. I tend my garden. Tend my garden, eh? And what are you growing in that there garden of yours, lady? I don't know why this conversation started out this way, but okay. You've not seen it? I have the loveliest roses. I have roses. Roses, eh? Red as the evening sun on the sea. Do you have some violets to go with them, eh? Let's see. Mantra? You will have to ask another that. Runes. You will have to ask another that. Murder. You will have to ask another that. Quentin. You will have to ask another that. Apparently, even though she seemed to be somewhat of a gossip, if I remember correctly from last week, she doesn't have anything for me to talk to her about at the moment. This person is not super helpful. You're not wrong. But we have successfully spoken with her. Right, so consulting our town map, we have been to the mayor's house. We have been to the winemaker. We have been to the inn. Next, we should stop at the healer. Then we can see if we can get up to Horrence the alchemist. And then we'll check out the place that likely has Michael. And hopefully by then, we will have the information we need to figure out where the rune of spirituality is located. Hello there, healer person. You see a very large woman with a deliberate smile. What is a deliberate smile? I suppose they're trying to imply that it's not actual happiness and is just an affectation? Yes. She looks down at you, her eyes merely slits. Dezana. She smiles like a cat preparing for a meal. Wow. You're the healer? Joel? I can heal, cure, and even resurrect. Heal, cure, resurrect, services offered. I don't even need to ask about those because I don't want those services right now, but I'll jot them down anyway. That is correct. Now, are you here to chat or are you in need? This seems similar to a previous healer's conversation that I've had. Let us choose. So need would get services offered. Chat as the option. Is there a distinction between deliberate and forced? That's what I was wondering, Puddleglum. I don't know. There are many words which travel about this small hamlet. Many are intriguing. Some are even dangerous. What words have you heard? Oh, just straightforward and right out with it. Tell me the keywords that you know, and I'll see what I have to say to you. Oh, that is like a fourth wall break, but like the most subtle one. Amazing. I had forgotten what she said in response to her name. Great, so we have some potential keywords we could ask her about. Let's see. Tails, wife, banter, nah, none of those. So I could ask about the shrine. Why did you... Shrine. Mantra, runes, Quentin, murder. What else? Gargoyle. We could ask about Gargoyle. Noise, whispering. Languages. So these are all possibilities. I don't know that she's gonna really be able to respond to pretty much any of them, but we shall begin to see what she has to say. With Shrine. It is not my place to talk about that. Mantra. Again, not her place. Runes. Great, so she's not helpful on any of our major quest items. I didn't think she was going to be, but I wanted to ask. So, Quentin. He had attained much wisdom before he was forced from here. If his ghost has been seen, and I believe he has, then he must be attempting to communicate with us about some unfinished business. Perhaps he knows who killed him. Ghost trying to communicate. I wish I knew how. How do I talk to a ghostie? Previous games I could. I'm gonna throw ghost on my list and communicate, even though it wasn't highlighted. I just want to see if it helps. We'll start with ghost. And that is one worth speaking about. You see, many people travel the spirit world. Is she gonna tell us how to talk to the ghost? I think she may be about to tell us how to talk to the ghost. Some are lost souls, others have a purpose. Quentin is not a lost soul. Really, I've been misspelling Quentin the entire time. But it hasn't mattered because the game is smart enough to only look at the beginnings of words. I'm going to do a replace all in my notes, though. Hey, look! There's a stretch, a posture, and a hydrate redemption in the chat. Thank you. Nearly every time you hear murder, you think of the Magic the Gathering card. Pardon me. I am extremely inexperienced with Magic the Gathering. I do have MTG Arena on my computer, and I've played a little bit of like the initial tutorial type stuff, but that's like the extent of my knowledge about the game. Well, okay. I've watched, I'm hydrating, I really am. Oh geez, what's his name? I watched a person who does streamy things, whose name I will say in just a moment after I double check what it is, because my brain does not give it to me. Wow. Just really like, wow, brain. Come on, give me a name. Sean Plott. Day 9 TV. Yeah, Day 9. That's who you were thinking of, Lord Portico. Or that's who I was thinking of. I've watched him way back. I think it was on Alpha, actually. Rather than on like regular old main GNS. He had a show that he would do that I learned about the game from. Like, that's what I know about MTG. Anyway. All right, I'm asking her about Spirit. It is a mystical place between here and the hereafter. Quentin resides there. Realm between realms. That's where Quentin is. Sounds like I need a like an oil of etherealness, but I don't think that's in this game. They spent their whole life without learning anything or growing inside. They are as children left alone in a crib, never learning, always seeking. All right, so soul is lost souls. Lost souls never learned anything in life, are as children in a crib. $12 item that USPS claims it delivered, but 3 days later, oh, geez. I bet they put it outside somebody else's door. They did that to me once, and I found it. Like, they delivered it to apartment 3. It was addressed to apartment 7. And I just happened to walk downstairs, and there was a delivery for apartment 3, and my box was under that. Already ordered from somewhere else to avoid USPS delivery. I mean, I doubt they'll do anything, but I would still report it. I agree with Lord Portico on this one. Standard mail used to take 2 days to deliver pretty much anywhere in the US, or at least in the continental US. I had a postcard from Missouri that took 7 days to get here. One of the channels on Twitch/YouTube is heavy into MTG, and you play it a bit. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting game. It is not the type of game that my brain does well. I'm very instinctual, and it's very much a tactics game where you have to think about your next moves, and I just don't do well at those. I'll have a lucky break, like on like the first or second time I play it, and I will succeed. But generally, I'm really bad at them. You check the mailbox of the vacant place next door and the place that's frequently... Yeah. Anyway, they want to randomly send it now. All right, I'm going to keep going with keywords here. Murder. So she doesn't key on murder, but she has given us killed as a keyword. So we will try that. Let's ask about the gargoyle. Those creatures are dangerous. I have even heard that they can tear a man to pieces. So why, then, did the gargoyles not attack Stivius as well? Certainly he would have tasted just as good. Why didn't they attack Stivius as well? The mystery doth thicken. And we have Stivius as a keyword. She's just going to tell us who he is. But I will ask it anyway. Hi, Urban Bohemian! I read your comments and I just realized who had posted them. You live on First Street and mail gets mixed up with First, but this week... or with I Street. This week you got H. That's very strange. This healer seems very oh god, oh my god, I just got it. I just got it. We are in Scarabrai, which is the town of spiritualism in this game. It has this spirituality in this game. It has the shrine of spirituality in it. We are in the healer's place, speaking with the healer who is a spiritualist and talks about speaking with ghosts. And I just got that this far into this conversation. It's here? What the heck and heck? I'm happy you got it, but what the heck? All right, so about Stivius, a quaint little man. He has strong feelings for me. I must admit, he has a cute way about him. She thinks he has feelings for her. Says he's cute. That's how I'm interpreting that. Also, it's meaningless. That's not going to reveal more conversation options. Alternate reality mailbox. She won't talk to us about noise, whispering, languages. Yeah, okay, those were keywords I grabbed from somebody else, but I thought she talked about how there were words all over town, so I thought I would ask them. Killed. The wonderful keyword killed. I know this much. If you wish to find out who murdered him, you won't be able to ask his ghost. Well, I already tried that. You see, the spirit world cannot communicate with ours directly. Although his ghost can hear your questions, he'll respond by manipulating the environment. I see. Can't talk to ghost directly. You need to explain this manipulation. I love that this is sort of a murder mystery part of the game. And we've got like a spiritualist, and we've got an alchemist, and this is just very Murder, She Wrote. We're in a town on the coast. Yes, make him demonstrate his answers by, say, shaking a branch. How do I make him do that? I wish I could just copy paste. But that sort of doesn't work in DOSBox here. I don't know what other keywords I might ask her at this time. I think we may have gotten everything we're going to get out of her. Let's just review. Once for yes, twice for no. What if it's just the wind? Yeah, like I would love to do something like that if that was possible, but we literally, like, conversations are driven by keywords. I can't say, hey, tap once for yes and twice for no, because there's no way to communicate that in the game. It'll just be a failed question. Let's see. Any quests that we might have picked up here? Why did they attack Stivia? Or why didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just figure out how to talk to the ghost, which we already sort of had. Me and my game spreadsheet. Figure out how to ask Quentin's ghost questions. Maybe we should leave it alone for now. Oh, Shadows, thank you. And thank you, Portico, for adding points. Oh, wait, did I miss another pun? I didn't see the pun, but for good wordplay, thanks for giving bits to Urban Bohemian. Indeed, the bits are completely meaningless and assigned arbitrarily for things that we like in chat. So, return when you need healing. Just the wind. It's good work. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense to me, at least. Okay, so, we visited all the buildings in town. The ghost ran away when daytime came, so no chances to try talking to him anymore. But we need to find this Marnie person. So that... I didn't mean to look at it. I meant to open the door. Because Marnie can get us across to where the alchemist is, and I think that's the next person that we need to talk to. Alright. Lovely. Young, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm guessing this is probably Marnie. You see a tall, delicate-looking female. Her smile puts you at ease. Tall, delicate-looking female with a smile. I don't honestly know why I'm still recording descriptions. It's a habit left over from the previous games, I think mostly from Ultima 4, where characters would tell you, go find the person in town who has this physical feature. And so you needed to have written down the description of the person to know who you needed to go find. Oh, shadows. I wish there was something that I could do to get rid of them. The only ones that I know of that, like, a way to address them or adjust them is the pre-rolls. Like, if I took a break and ran ads proactively, that would pause the pre-rolls. But as far as I'm aware, there is not a way for me to stop them other than, like, gifting a subscription. But they do seem to be much more of a problem lately. Hello, my lord. Welcome to my home. Her eyes are as blue as the ocean, and her movements as rhythmic as the tide. Why do I feel like I've entered the home of a siren? Yay, Elixir! I'm so happy! Congrats on getting your gaming PC up and running again. Honestly, didn't you just get that PC? And it already had the Ethernet port break? I feel like there's, like, you should be demanding money back or something. Adventures of Tony, enjoy your nap, enjoy the AC, and I will see you later. What can I do for you? All right, well, first you can start off by telling me your name, please. My father chose an ancient word for my name. It means the cool breeze after a storm has passed. Marnie. Well, we found Marnie. And again, with their name being a keyword. All right, and your job, Marnie. I look after the dock. You say? All right. Look after the dock. And dock is a keyword. All right, we're going to ask her about her name. It is in a poem my mother wrote to him when they first met. In a poem her mother wrote to her father. So much typing. Copy paste would be so much faster. She grabs a locket that hangs around her neck and opens it. Make sure I'm recording those keywords. Inside is a folded piece of cloth with words printed on it. She begins to read. At first we met, and dark clouds gathered, the thunder sounding your approach. Then comes the storm of our hearts pounding, and in the end, the Marnie's touch. Did Marnie's mom really just want a child named Marnie and wrote it in a poem to every man she ever dated? Quite possibly. Approach and touch do not rhyme. That was it. I guess technically, no. I mean, I don't even think they're close enough to call them a slant rhyme. But I think I'm going to try and write down the entire poem because it might be relevant. I don't know. Right. Because we've had songs about shipwrecks that are pointing us to things that we can collect. I don't know that this one's is doing anything like that, but I'm gonna jot it down just in case. Gathered the thunder. And honestly, I'm happy right now that this was a poem and not a song, and I didn't have to make up a melody and sing it while reading it. Although I've enjoyed doing that the few times that it's come up. I just wasn't ready for it right now. Although I wasn't ready for it either of the other 2 times, and I did it anyway. Then comes the storm. I improvised a song in an accent that I had made up last week. And anyway, of our hearts pounding. The storm of our hearts pounding. Reading that, it brought to mind Jadzia Dax and Worf for me. And the whole like Klingon mythology of the first Klingon couple and yeah. And in the end, the Marnie's touch sounds vaguely sexual. The Marnie's touch. All right. Oh, you're probably wanting a skiff to get out to Old Horance's island. Well, we have none for sale, but feel free to borrow the one at the dock. Be sure to return it, though. Oh, that's okay. I already stole one. Poor Jadzia. Yeah, she and Terry didn't deserve that. Although, I also love Ezri, and Nicole DeBoer did a great job with Ezri. And I love the character of Ezri. But I agree, Terry Farrell didn't deserve to be like the first permanent character death. Well, not. I suppose technically Tasha Yar was, but yeah. Can borrow skiff. I distract. Oh, I ask about the poem. Certainly you can look at it. She hands the tiny cloth to you. Looking at it, you discover that she has read only the first verse of the poem. The second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder and a little bit worse. Oh, no, wait, no, sorry, that's not this. Reads, if I should leave and you are lonely, remember where my love is kept. Clue. Inside a basket made of promise. A basket is a new keyword. But also, like, just given the subject matter of the poem so far, basket is also a rather sexual term. You'll find my dreams of us have slept. Okay. Gets second verse. Second verse. Not the same as Second Life. Yeah, at least that one's a rhyme. All right, we'll ask about the locket in a second. I'm gonna finish this keyword line and ask about basket. A basket? I have one in my hope chest. Feel free to look for yourself. One in chest. Okay to look. Yay! So we won't get in trouble for stealing by looking at the chest. Locket. My mother gave me this just before she was taken by those evil men. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that's what happened to your mom. My mother told me to give it to father when he returned from the sea. Jorl gave it back to me after he was killed. All right. I suddenly have a thought. Mother said, give to father when he returns from the sea. Jorl gave it back to me after he was killed. I'm betting that the runestone is in her locket. And that we are going to have to go talk to person after person after person to have them send us back to her to get the runestone. My father had gone out to help Jorl bring in the catch that afternoon. Father had gone to help Jorl bring in the catch. Her mom was taken away. This was in our conversation with Gideon. So her mother's name was Elizabeth. And they found Elizabeth's body on the coast to the south after the evil people came and took her. And that was part of like the description of the town doesn't believe in like fighting. They are fully pacifist. Jorl brought it back. Her father, she was supposed to... It's very strange. So, mother gave her the locket. I'm confused as well, Elixir. Mother said to give father the locket when he returns from the sea. Jorl gave the locket back after her father was killed. Oh, so she had already given the locket to her father. So her mother was taken by the evil people. But before she left, she gave the locket to Marnie and told Marnie to give it to her father when he got home. And she did. And then later her father was out with Jorl. And her father died, and Jorl brought her back the locket. Wow. Series of events that could have been explained somewhat better. Great. We haven't yet asked about Jorl, have we? It does not appear that we have, but he is now a keyword. Killed. She rubs her nose with the knuckle of her hand. I cannot see why those beasts would kill him, but perhaps it was just unfortunate. Still, I can't see why he was at the inn that late. Had he been drinking, Jorl would have been with him. So the killed is not about her father Yeah, that one was particularly bad. But I do believe that the stream has come back. Honestly, I'm amazed that we made it that long. The beginning of stream was just really bad. My internet service preventer was not liking us today. So we've done really well, actually. We'll see if it ends up being as unstable as it was earlier. 'Cause yeah, bits per second are bouncing everywhere. Yeah, I don't even know if you all can see me again yet. Do. Yeah, just like, wow. Seriously? Really, really bad internet stability at the moment. Great. I think I'm actually live again. And yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of time into, you know, we've had the Chantel not always connected to you graphic that Hannah made for us for a while, and I'm going to make that bounce around the screen. Also, I still haven't decided, but I do want to do something. Just because it's become such a thing. I do want to do a bit more for the Black Alert. I love the Black Alert. But I also feel like I could make the stream, you know, have appropriate graphics related to the Black Alert in some way. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do yet. But anyway, back to trying to figure out the game. We still need to ask about Yorl, who I don't believe we have spoken with yet. Oh, Yorl! She smiles to herself. He and father were never apart. After my mother was kidnapped, Yorl helped my father get back on his feet. They were always together. Her gaze returns to you. If my father had been drinking at the inn, Yorl would have been there. Oh, wait, she's Quentin's daughter. That's right. Wow, I missed that entire relationship. Like, I totally forgot that she is Quentin's daughter. I remembered her mother, but wow, yeah, okay. If father had been drinking at inn, Yorl would have been there. So either Yorl's involved in the killing, or her father was not drinking at the inn. My father? He was a brave man and very strong. Yes, she's daughter of a ghost. And they literally said that, like, the last person said that, and I totally forgot. Yorl's a rat like Sherry's a mouse? You're not serious, are you? That he died in such a violent way was so wrong. But I am sure there is a reason for it. Her blue eyes glisten with new-formed tears. I'm sure he was killed for a reason. I'm sure he was too. Somebody wanted the runestone. My father and Yorl would go there after a good catch. Gideon had been a friend of theirs since youth. The three would drink and reminisce together. Go there after fishing. More keywords. Definitely, yeah, this is a very Murder, She Wrote a plot. He and his wife are very kind to me. They have taught me so much about how to treat others. He and wife are kind. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because we've reached the end of her keywords, and I'm just going to like copy down character information so that when I sort and filter, I can get to that. So let's look in her hope chest. Because she said we could. And I don't know what other keywords to ask her. I am sorry that I wept. It is not your fault. Goodbye. Suspect names just keep getting thrown around. Yeah. Well, and everybody knows everybody. It's a small town on the coast, which is very much... oh gosh, what was the name of the town in Murder, She Wrote? Cabot Cove. It's very Cabot Cove. Let us see a chest. Let's... Oh, I can't open the chest. I can use the chest. Searching here, you find a book, the Rune of Spirituality, and a basket. Do we even need to solve the murder if we have the rune? Like, I did not expect that. What? Why? I'm not gonna have to do like the entire conversation again, but what was that? Also, what was that? Oh, it's birds. Apparently, I was free to take the basket and the runestone, but not the book. Let's save this game, and I do feel I probably need to talk to her and ask the keyword that gets us the, wow. Yeah, locket. Poem. I honestly thought that the runestone was going to be in her locket. All right, there we go. I have permission to look inside. I will save, yes. Wow. Basket and runestone. I'm just gonna look at the book. Ah, okay. It just tells you the mantra, which is honestly what I thought it was gonna do, but like, wow. I didn't think I'd be like accused of being a thief and attacked for taking the book out of the chest too. But apparently we had permission to examine the basket, which meant take the basket. But that means that now we have a basket I don't need, which I can put, I think in the treasure chest is the things that I don't really need. So let's just move that. We have the Rune of Spirituality. Chance it on early. Yeah, I don't know. But apparently, like, investigating Quentin's murder, we were doing because we thought that it would lead us to the runestone, but we just got the runestone. So I'm a little bit confused by that, but also not upset. We have the rune. The symbol on the rune is an ankh. Again, I have no idea how to figure out what the letters are. That is not the right color of green, and more cells than I wanted to highlight. Hey, give me custom color that I defined last week, please. Thank you. There. Okay, we've got that one, and you should be bold. It's me talking to myself. Taking a book on spirituality in the city of spirituality is a crime. This religion is weird. Also, like, that book is literally all over town. It's not unique in any way, and everybody has a copy. so super confused. Hello? Who are you? You are peasant. You see a huge, imposing man adorned in a leather apron. I bet you're Jarl. Huge, imposing man in leather apron. I mean, I'm still gonna like talk to the rest of the people because I don't know what else they're gonna give me, but I might have time to actually, let's see how fast this conversation goes. I might have time to actually go deal with the rune or deal with the shrine today because I have everything I need. I love that emote, Herb. Good morning, friend. He extends a huge hand, which resembles a slab of meat. What do you need? Hello, sir. Name? Jarl. A short name, but a strong one. His name must be Meat Hands. I love that the first keyword we get for him is strong. But I'm gonna ask job. I'm a fisherman. 'Tisn't quite as exciting as some jobs, but it keeps me near the sea. My father was a coastal raider. Father was a raider. Wait, so your father was one of the ones that came and kidnapped Elizabeth? It's possible. But don't let that out. He lets out a holler and laughs loudly. Father? Yes, I had one. He hollers again, this time slapping you on the back. Excellent answer. Yes, I had a father. Raider? He suddenly stops laughing and looks at you, his eyes angry and wide. Who told you? With that, he throws his head back again and laughs. I must contextualize, even in my notes. Angrily, who told you? Yeah, I like him so far. He seems nice. I don't think he's the murderer. Oh, I love the sea, I do. Even if the fishing's been poor of late. Love the sea. Fishing has been poor. Yeah, I don't think we're going to finish with Scarbry today, but I think we'll get the shrine in before 6:30. Fish come, fish go. Right now the fish have gone, but they'll come back. And when they do, I'll be waiting for them with my nets. I don't know if you can see what I'm typing in the spreadsheet, but I described that as very pragmatically explains the vagaries of fish as seen by a fisherman. You have to use nets to do serious fishing. A pole'll never catch you enough to sell. I'm sure your pole can catch something. Never use them myself. I stick to nets. Faster and easier. Man's gotta make a living. I use nets. Faster and easier. All right. Gotcha. I need to ask you about Quentin. He pauses for a moment and looks distantly past your shoulder. He and I were mates. I can still remember the moment they told me he was dead. He swallows hard, and his eyes become glassy. I miss old Quinn. They? Were friends. Who are they? Gideon and Stivius. They came to my house before dawn and told me Quinn had been killed by gargoyles. Right. Gideon, Stivius. I'm losing his accent that I gave him, and I'm sorry. That's the thing. I don't really have practice in keeping an accent. I can get into it, but then, like, I just need to practice them more, and I'd be able to stick in them longer. I don't know. I was kind of trying to go for a bit of a Cape Codish accent for him, but I don't think I quite got there. And I was okay with what I initially got, but then I started losing it as I was shifting. I forgot what I was doing because I started commenting on other things. Yes, he owns the inn. His wife is a bit of a nag. His wife barely talked to us. Owns inn, wife's nag. Although, remembering from when we talked to Gideon, she was very disruptive to that conversation. She always complains that my house is an eyesore. I tell you, if she comes around here, I'll show her what an eyesore really is. Oh dear. He slaps you on the back and laughs. I don't know which one your house is. Complains his house is eyesore. Wait, was eyesore the keyword? There was a keyword in that, but I've forgotten what it was. Oh, eyesore was the keyword, yeah. This is a fish house. It's meant to be an eyesore. He laughs again. This fish house meant to be eyesore. I'm trying to type quick short notes, but also capture everything, which, counterproductive. He removes a large hook. We asked about Stivius. He removes a large hook from his pocket and begins to clean it as he talks. He's a strange little guy. They say he's the only one who saw Quen murdered. I wish we'd had a better witness. He flips the hook over and over, examining it. Still, those gargoyles would frighten any man. Especially one as small as him. Only witness. Wish we'd had better. Gargoyles. I've never seen one. I've seen a lot of things out at sea. Serpents as big as the biggest four. Serpents as big as the biggest four. Oh, Four Master. Oh, gosh. It was the combination of the line split and the color shift that made me think that it was Four Master, not Four Master. But nary a single gargoyle. He looks out towards the sea. Never seen one. Got it. Serpents. He turns his head back towards you, purses his lips, then speaks. It was a calm night, it was. Quen and I had decided to go out on that glassy sea for a fish. Not just any fish, mind you. A lighthorn. He pulls a pipe out of his apron. Go on. Was a calm night. Quen and he had gone to catch a light horn. A unicorn fish? Uh-oh, the time is now 6:15 outside Britannia. Streams like serpents should be winding away into the sunset. Thank you, Elixir. Light horn? I'm sorry. Everything he says when he's talking about his time with Quentin comes across really kind of sexual. He went out on the sea with Quen to find a light horn. When we were boys, Quen's father often talked about such a fish. Said if a body could catch one, good fortune would be his. He brings the pipe to his lips and lights it. It's supposed to be good luck to catch one. Yes, good fortune. He said the fish had a glowing horn on its snout. It only comes close to the surface when the sea is like glass. It's a unicorn fish. Sea is like glass. I'm guessing at some point there will be an opportunity for us to find a patch of sea that's like glass and potentially catch a unicorn fish. We haven't been fishing in an Ultima game before. You see, the fish thought the surface was a mirror and it came up to admire its horn. He chuckles to himself, teeth clenched around the pipe. Anyway, Quen and I decided we'd catch us one in our skiff. It came to admire its horn in its reflection. Skiff. Boy, he's opened up with lots of keywords now. He pulls the pipe from his mouth and blows some smoke rings. Well, even though the skiff was small, we figured that we'd spear the beast and drag it back to port. Planned to spear fish. I know it sounds crazy now, but you have to remember we were only boys. Anyway, we rowed out past Ivor's Rounding and sat in our skiff waiting to see one. He looks out to sea and chuckles. We're only boys. Rounding. Yep, we're not gonna unlock the shrine today because he became talkative. You know, past where the alchemist lives. Anyway, we sat there for hours with nary a sign of life. Then suddenly, in the distance, we could see a tall neck rising out of the water and heading towards us. Alchemist neck. Out past where the alchemist lives. Nope. Neck is the next one. Well, no, he said... We're pursuing threads. Old Horns, he's a crazy old coot who lives on the Isle. On the Isle. And, yeah, that C word, not really one that we like to use around here. As it came closer, a huge wave preceded it, and we could make out a giant mouth. He takes his pipe from his mouth and gestures at you. I tell you, you have never seen two boys make a skiff travel so fast in all your life. He laughs out loud, this time bending over to support himself. Came with a huge wave. Grand. Foremaster. One of the tall ships. My father used to pilot one of the biggest in Lord British's fleet. Of the tall ships. I don't presently have one of those. I only have a skiff that I stole and took the reputation hit for, which I was okay with. The Meredith Anne. She was a sight to behold, she was. Well, let's find out what he thinks about Lord British. How about? My father used to sail in one of his fleets. A brave and mighty ruler he is. Yep, he's pretty good ruler, that there Lord British person. All right, asking about the Anne. She'd seen many a battle with pirates, and then she went to her grave in a storm. Battled pirates, then sunk. Are we gonna get a song? You're not a bard, so I'm not supposed to ask you about shipwreck songs. Took nearly 200 men with her. Storm came up all of a sudden. I say it was Mondaine's doing. He pulls the pipe from his mouth and tamps the tobacco with his stout thumb. Anyhow, that's when I lost my father. Mondaine was the villain of the first Ultima game, Ultima 1. He stops trying to relight his pipe and looks at you. Where have you been scuttled? That's too long a story for this morning. I mean, I'm literally the person who defeated Montaigne, so I don't really need the story. Never mind. He sticks his hands in his apron. Well, never mind. That... I don't know that we specifically got any quests from him other than possibly catch unicorn fish. I don't know if that's an actual quest or anything that we can actually do. I'll make a note of it, though, on our quest log. Catch light horn unicorn fish. Can be found in patches of glassy seas. Yorl. Also, that was meant to have a question mark after it because I don't know if it's an actual quest. Great, we have spoken to Yorl. He slaps a hand on your back. Good fortune, and may the wind be at your back. Oops. No, that's not what I wanted. Use boat. Haha. We have sailing music. I love the sailing music. I wish we had music during conversations. What? He's giant bat. All right. I've forgotten how to exit a boat. Use again. It used to be X for exit. Just like getting in the boat used to be B for board. Use door, which used to be O for open. Yeah, we will spend the rest of this game on the boat. Thanks for playing. In fact, we have entered the alchemist's place. I'm going to save the game here, and we will call that a stream. Let me go to here. And, oh, I didn't adjust the camera on this screen, but Whatever. I will deal with all of that after I stop. I do want to say thank you very much to everybody who joined me today. It was a lot of fun. Despite, the internet woes that decided to rear their heads, I thought it was pretty cool. Today, I'll get to that in a second. I should say thank you to all the people. Thank you, everybody who stopped by, everybody who lurked, everybody who chatted. Thank you to the people who did subscriptions. Leia Sky for your resubscription. Thank you also to Be Right UK for the cheers. Thank you, Was Not Worth It, for being a subscriber over on Coffee. Of course, thank you to the artists who have done art for my channel, who you see listed there, as well as to my moderators. I love you. You guys are awesome. Yeah, so I'm live next tomorrow at 1 p.m. to continue with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, currently playing Mass Effect 3, and as ever, continuing to attempt to romance Caden, if he will ever return to the frickin' ship. Monday night, 7 p.m., we'll be continuing with Psychonauts, and coming up on Wednesday for the Archives stream will be the papers of a professor of geology. So hopefully we'll find some good rock stuff in there. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. I'm just looking at seeing who we might wish to raid. And our options today are surprisingly somewhat limited. And I think... Oh, yeah, thank you, Hannah. I think we'll try raiding over to Vanna. If you have not previously watched Vanna's stream, I think you'll have a good time. Vanna is pretty amazing. Vanna is currently playing Fortnite. And so we're going to pop in over there. And yes, it will let me raid. So yeah, thank you again, everybody, for joining. If you do want to do a raid call when we pop over there, it's right there. If you have my emotes, you should just be able to copy and paste it. Otherwise, it is #RogueRaid, and you can toss in, whatever hello emotes you want. But thank you for joining me. I hope I see you again soon. And until I do, get out there and do some shenanigans.